From Hollywood, it's People Now with Bill Tuck. Now, here's Bill.
Thank you, Dennis. What a guy. Tonight's guest, actress Deborah Raffin, who stars in an upcoming TV movie, Running Out. Barry Gordon from Archie Bunker's Place, country music performer Lee Greenwood, our stargazer Joyce Gilson, and our first guest, who made her film debut on The World According to Garp. And what a debut it was. Everyone is saying that her role as Garp's mother, Jenny, has almost assured her an Oscar consideration. And this from someone who at one time sang the Star-Spangled Banner at Shea Stadium prior to Met games, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. Glen Close is with us. And before we go any farther, we want to say hello to your mom and dad in Big Piney,
yes,
Wyoming.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
There they are, watching
Hi,
you. We're on a magic. Oh, I didn't want to get the whole family in there. Who's Jess?
Jess is my sister and her new baby, Sandra.
Jess is your sister. Glenn is your first name.
Yes.
What is your brother's name? You have a brother?
Sue.
Sue. Why do you have, it's real strange. What does Glenn stand for
I
anything?
like it myself. I'm kind of partial to it. No, it's just Glenn.
It is Glenn?
Mm-hmm. And they invited me to do it again last 4th of July. And I made a total fool of myself.
Why? No, you
I
didn't.
started too low.
Oh,
Can you see?
You a Met fan?
Not necessarily. I'm rather disillusioned with the New York teams right now.
Oh, okay, after last Sunday.
Yes,
Can you see? Are you a Met fan?
Not necessarily. I'm rather disillusioned with the New York teams right now.
Oh, okay, after last Sunday.
Oh, yes,
Who you for this
very
week?
so. Miami.
The Super Bowl, Miami?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You were seen in the play Barnum. The producers of Garp saw you there.
The director.
The director saw you and contacted you and wanted you for this role.
Yeah.
This is your first feature film. This was it.
Yes.
Did you just take it right off the bat, or were you scared?
Miami.
The Super Bowl, Miami?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You were seen in the play Barnum. The producers of Garp saw you there.
Director.
The director saw you and contacted you and wanted you for this role. And
Yeah.
This is your first feature film. This was it.
Yes.
Did you just take it right off the bat, or were you scared, or?
I mean, when we began,
Well, when they came back and talked to you about it.
well, I had to meet him and read for him. And that was kind of scary because Jenny Fields is a rather formidable character. And when you have to walk into a room and read 2 pages out of a script and do this character, sometimes you don't quite know what to do. So I basically mimicked Katharine Hepburn.
Talk to you about it.
Well, I had to meet him and read for him. And that was kind of scary because Jenny Fields is a rather formidable character. And when you have to walk into a room and read 2 pages out of a script and be this character, sometimes you don't quite know what to do. So I basically mimicked Katharine Hepburn.
And you had to age also. What,
Yes.
about 30 years?
30 years, yeah.
Because it starts out from the time Garp is born,
Mm-hmm.
up until what happens to you at the end of the film.
Yes.
We have a clip from it, if you haven't seen the film, and this will give you a good idea of exactly what Glen Close does as Jenny, Robin Williams' mother. Robin, of course, is Garp, and here's a scene from The World According to Garp.
Scared to death. That scene walking down the sidewalk. And it was it was on a Friday night in Lower East Side, Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
And just outside were these crowds of kids with radios and everything trying to get a look at Robin.
Oh.
It was quite
What was he like to work with? This is the
wonderful.
first time you've run into
Just
him.
wonderful.
This was kind of, although Garp is a rather strange character, it was kind of a straight role
Yeah.
for Robin
Oh,
Williams.
it's a big, it's a big challenge for him, and I'm rather courageous for him to jump into such a heavy role.
Because the public kind of takes him as the Mork, Mindy character, where he just goes off on these tangents, and he pretty much, I guess, had to stick to the script in this one.
Very much.
Were you a fan of the book? Had you read the book?
Yes, I read it when it first came out, and loved it. I was very moved by it.
So you knew that character,
Yeah.
Jenny's character,
Yeah.
pretty much. Now you got another film coming out. See how things roll along. You do one hit, and now you got another one coming out called The Big Chill.
Yeah.
Which is a story about what?
It's the story about a group of friends who went to the University of Michigan together in the late 60s, and then they've dispersed, and they are reunited by the fact that one of them commits suicide. And they all come to the funeral and then end up spending the weekend together, and it's very funny and I think very touching, and it has an extraordinary group of people in it. Written and directed by Larry Kasdan, who did the big Body Heat.
Well, William Hurt also is in this movie, too, right?
William Hurt, Kevin Kline, who just opened in Sophie's Choice, Tom Berenger, Jo Beth Williams from Poltergeist.
You just wrapped that 2
Mary
weeks
Kate
ago.
Place. Yeah. Down in Beaufort. Your
In
territory.
Beaufort, South Carolina.
Beaufort.
Yeah, we got a lot of friends down there who watch us. Stay with us a little bit?
Sure,
Because,
yeah.
Mom and Dad and Jess want to see you for a while. I don't know if you get back to Big Piney often. Deborah Raffin will be with us when we come back. Thank you, Glenn, and
Thank
good
you.
luck on the nominations.
Oh, boy.
Running Out.
Running Out, yes.
What is that all about?
Well, first of all, it's with Tony Bill and an actress by the name of Ari Myers, who was just recently an author with Al Pacino. And it deals with a mother who abandoned her husband and her child and returns 12 years later to face her past. Cheerful little piece. But extremely, I think, very well done. I'm very pleased with it. I'm partial, but I'm very proud of it. I think the director, Robert Day, and Gerald Abrams, and everyone involved were cared enormously. And television, I think, has, basically its share of, projects that are a waste of time and garbage. And I think that there are exceptions like Cheers and MASH and Hill Street Blues. And I think that this is an exception, one of those exceptions. And
Are you a TV fan at all?
Oh, I like certain shows, like I
Like the
said,
ones you just
like
mentioned?
MASH, and I enjoy 60 Minutes and the particular news programs and so on. Yes, there's certain programs that I like, or Shogun when that was on, but it's unfortunate. A lot of the shows I think are truly, for me, not my cup of tea and a waste of time. But Running Out was a wonderful experience. I
You have no
enjoyed it.
children in real life.
No,